Here, listen, dude. You're my bridge, okay? Talk me down, okay? Because there are so many conservatives from like Twitch poll or formerly Twitch poll or whatever is the vestiges. That,
I think I'm gonna push you over the bridge if you want me to be honest with you.
Oh God. Like they seem like they like people that I could like hang out with. Like I was talking about like the Hinkle thing. Like he's one person I would literally never even want to like interact with in real life. But like CTV and Aircraft Sparky and all these old guard conservatives and Twitch Ball. Like I could fucking sit down. I could have a beer with those guys, right? But like Jesus Christ, Sparky went fucking feral, dude. Like I posted something like fighting with Andrew Wilson on the Olympic women's boxing thing, right? And Aircraft Sparky jumped in there, and he kept on acknowledging the evidence that we had, but then continued to say that the person was trans. And
he does that shit where like what he does, and like I'm not gonna like if you're looking for me to like be the voice of reason, I'm not going to be.
No, make me not hate conservatives, okay? I don't want.
Oh, I'm going to make you hate them, and that's okay because I'm on the same bandwagon. Okay, like this is my whole thing is. I've gotten into an argument with him about the AI thing. When you pin him into a corner, he weasels his way out. Like for example, his way of. And I don't even care if he hears this. Look, I may think he's a decent human. We may have a beer. It's just kind of like fundamental disagreements, like at work, right? When you disagree with somebody like on this project, you're like, I don't know if I agree with that, bro. But you're gonna still go out and hang out at the end of the day. But like, that's the thing is about like when I showed him the AI stuff, I showed him a TikTok video. I started with the live stream. He's like, oh, well, that's from the Kamala campaign, which it wasn't. But I was like, okay, fine. Here's a TikTok video. Oh, well, I still hold the opinion that was an artificial image. It's like, bro, don't do this. Don't weasel this shit to like make it sound like you were just downplaying what you were really saying. We all know what you were saying. And that's kind of the problem a lot with these conservatives is they fire from the hip. And when they fire from the hip, they can easily get debunked. And that's the problem is a lot of these claims are easily debunkable and there's shit that doesn't even really fucking matter. Like that's the problem. Sorry if I cussed. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on you.
You can cuss on my stream, dude. I say shit all the time. Okay. No, but like that's the thing. I think that like on one hand, I feel like conservatives, especially once Kamala jumped into the race, right? They were feeling really good for so long, and now they feel like they're on the back foot, like they're, like they're losing again. And now it's just like ollie oxen free. There is no coordination. There is no like broader message. Because like the broader message for the past 2 years is 1, Joe Biden is old. 2, Joe Biden is incompetent. 3, we're going to get revenge on the Democrats. We're gonna seek vengeance. I am your vengeance is what Trump said. Like he's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Right. And 4, like kick the brownos out. I don't know. That's a little bit more bad faith, but you know what I mean. But now Kamala's in the race and they lose 2 of those talking points like right off the bat. Joe Biden ain't in the fucking race anymore. They don't know what to fucking do. And this is like this final thing. My kind of like perfect world would be there are Democrats and there are Republicans and they're like trying to win our votes, right? And the Democrats are a limiting force on the conservatives and the conservatives are a limiting factor on the Democrats, right? I kind of have that kind of interplay with a lot of things. Like with unions, I don't think like letting unions run amok is a good thing, but I also don't think that having no unions is good. I think that it's a good like counterbalance for corporate power.
We get it. You're a centrist.
It's not even a centrist. It's like there should be a balance of things, right? And
yeah, sure.
Conservatives don't want that. They don't want the balance. They want it all the way. And even Democrats, like the broad like Democrat like party, like all of the voters, all of the politicians, like there are a lot of extremists online, but it ain't like it is online in the real world, because if you listen to some Democrat voters in real life, they'll say some crazy shit about like Palestinians. They'll say some fucked up shit about Palestinians. They'll say some like crazy shit about like, getting rid of like Section 8 housing near their house because they don't want all the poor people taking down their property values. Like, we don't have a radical left party in the United States. We have people that are radical, but we don't have a party that's radical. But the Republican Party is radical, and I can't talk to them where I'm a relatively moderate person. I can't talk to any conservatives that are moderate because they don't fucking exist outside of like the 3 that I know off the top of my head, you being one of them.
Yeah. Nah, that's 100% the truth, bro. And going on to like Twitter is like sticking your finger in a light socket. You know it's gonna shock you, but you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyways. And that's kind of the thing is like, and what's bad is it's a rapid decline, dude. Like, I don't know, over the maybe it's just because I've been like religiously on Twitter for the past week, and like I'm just getting terminally online, and I'm starting to like get drained. But like I've watched like the MAGA crowd absolutely melt down over the past week. Like it started with the exiling of Rittenhouse, and then it ended up with the exiling of Rogan, and then Tim Pool mentioned something, but then now they're starting to ramp up their defense. I saw something earlier in the week about mail-in ballots and something from Republicans where the RNC, I think, is trying to step in and prevent mail-in ballots or something along those lines. And I was like, oh no, here we go. I'm getting deja vu all over again. And sure enough, all day this week, all day today, I've been seeing things pop up about like, oh, the Civil War narrative. Oh, if we lose, it's because of the what is
Stolen
it?
election,
Let me see.
basically.
Yeah, the stolen election narrative stuff. And I'm like, bro, I commented on some of them, and this is how I rebutted. I'm like, are we gonna? And they're kind of low tier responses, but I'm like, look, are you gonna say the same thing when Trump wins? No, if Trump wins, not win, because I don't even think he's going to. I think that's the thing too, is I think it caught Trump off guard that Kamala. It sounds to me from the rally I listened to today and the press conference, it sounds to me like they were not expecting Kamala to take up. And it sounds like they're kind of like struggling to put together things. Now, they could be mad geniuses and like doing the low tier trolling, like, trying to come up with like nicknames and stuff and waiting until the debate to really levy some stuff at them. But it does sound like they weren't really prepared for this.
Yeah.
And I think that vacuum leads the social media pundits to really start just going nuts. And it's been real bad, bro. And it's like the problem is like when you deal with the likes of Aircraft Sparky or Rob Nore or whoever you want to call them, or I wouldn't say Rob. I'll give Rob Nore a little bit of credit on this. But if you start dealing with some of these other people, like you just said, CTV, you start dealing with these people. It's always the if this, then this, then this, then this, then this. There's never an end to it. And the right is only proving that idea of like Trump could do no wrong.
I know.
It's like you're living the meme, and the behavior is very cult-like. I've said it. I'm okay with saying it. The way that they treated Kyle Rittenhouse when he was like, "Hey, I'm jumping ship,"
unhinged. That shit was fucking crazy.
And then pair that with the airplane incident that I sent you yesterday. That shit.
Yeah.
The Lord and like Trump is our Lord and Savior. Like you kind of want to sit there and laugh at it, but you then you go to the next comment and it's like, oh my God, God's got his hand on Trump. It's like, bro, what the fuck am I living in? And like, look, I'm a conservative. Sondsol, me and you have like, I think we've debated Trump at one point, and like I've defended Trump wholeheartedly.
We've debated like 5 times, and 2 of them were like very heated. At least I was like pretty fucking pissed. But like at the end of the day, like you're a fucking rational person, and like I can trust that like you're actually giving me like if I ask you a question, right? Even if it's a difficult question to answer for your side, you'll just like fucking say, yeah, I don't think that, right? And like it could like make your case weaker, but like you'll be honest. They're just like. I started the stream off earlier today. I'm thinking about like goals. I'm kind of just like drifting in streaming right now because I don't know either the correct approach to getting people to jump in on stream and debate. 2, I don't know the correct approach once they're in the call with me, and 3, I don't know what the goal what should be like the goal that like drives it, because like I can't start with like, oh, I
What do
think
you
that
mean?
we should have more factual conversations, because it's impossible to have a factual conversation with a lot of conservatives because they refuse to accept facts.
Yeah, well, okay, so I think, yeah, they refuse it. So that's who it was, Admiral Gibbs. I'm just name dropping a few people. Yeah, for me, it's like when you sit there and throw stuff in their face, they're just you have to accept the fact. You have to prepare for that they're gonna give you the most basic take that you've probably heard about a million times, and then what you've got to do then is corner them. I'm revealing my cards here, guys, okay, my debate tactics, okay, but don't share them. You have to kind of be prepared for that. I'm not going to accept the fact even when it's in my face, and what you have to do is prove to the audience that that is what's going on. And so the best thing you can do is like I did with aircraft Sparky. I'm a little biased in that, which is evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence. Now, you're going to know going into it that they're not going to accept fact. You just have to accept that fact that they're not going to accept it. But you want to try to give, like, just drill down fact after fact after fact after fact after fact. And that's the thing that you have to do. You can't go off of feels with them because they'll just start going off on feels.
Well, the question
So
is like,
when,
what would
yeah.
like the end result of that is like fucking cathartic for me, right? Like I get to like sit here and dog on someone who's being a dumb fuck in my voice call, and I can like show like how wrong they are. But like the example that I used earlier was because I've because we just moved and we're still unpacking fucking boxes
Yeah, I
2
got
weeks
you. Yeah,
later.
you're good, bro.
While I'm unpacking boxes, I'm quickly running out of shit to listen to. So I started listening to some old Destiny debates, right? Like the John Tron debate and the really old ones. And he constantly talks about like there's a goal that I have in these conversations. And the only goal is just having a conversation that's based more in fact, that is like an actually good conversation. That's not going to be just like shit flinging necessarily, although that's fun.
Okay, so if you want that, then you have to accept some premises. Like work within their framework. Because that's what you can do too, is like, all right, look, you can disagree. You can be like, yo, the facts are totally against you. I just did this with, look, me and Fabian Liberty are having a little shit talk back and forth. I'll read you that, because that's kind of what I did, is I worked with his premise, and he's been quiet ever since I replied, unless it got deleted. Here, I'll read you kind of this chain
When
of
you
events.
say
It's
like
not
work
very
with
long.
their premise, like say like let's assume that you're right. Can you explain this and this, like type of thing? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna read you this here. I'm gonna put it in chat so you can
yeah,
take a
we'll
look
read
at
along
it.
with you.
Yeah, there you go. I'll put it in chat, and you'll see kind of the conversation I had. You'll see that I don't inject my own. I work within the framework. So you'll see, he said the photo is real, but that. Let me know when you got it pulled up.
Yeah, I gotcha. This photo is real, but
Okay.
what isn't real?
Yeah, but what isn't real are these polls, and it's obvious many of these polls favor Democrats, don't account for likely voters, blah, blah, blah. I said, I would agree. When Trump touts how he had 100,000 people attend his rallies, it's pure propaganda and ought to be disregarded. You see what I'm doing there, right? I'm like, hey, look, because I know where we're going. He said Trump exaggerates literally everything as a joke, but then he proceeds to go on and saying his rallies run from 10,000 to 50,000. He pulls larger crowds than Harris, but not as much as the MAGA cult pretends. Of course, pulling more than her without free concerts and was so secure. I said, if popularity is propaganda, which is what he said earlier, why should I care that he pulls larger crowds than Harris, or that she had a free concert at some point? You see, I'm not really trying to just debunk the idea that the rallies are 10 to
I see what
50,000.
you're
I'm not trying to debunk that there are free concerts that Kamala is running. And I kind of threw a little bit in there at the end where I said she had a free concert at some point, because that is a factual statement. I haven't seen a concert since that rally that
She
they're
had
talking about,
one,
Megan Thee
right?
Stallion.
Like she's only been campaigning for like 2 weeks, and she had one concert with Megan Thee
She
Stallion,
had one
right?
concert with Megan Thee Stallion, and then the next one they try to hammer her on. This is how stupid this shit is. They had another one, and they're like, someone falsely posted on Twitter actually, and said, someone posted on Twitter and said, "Oh, look, this is a #1 Billboard artist. This is why Trump. Everybody's there for Kamala." Bro, I looked it up. That artist never had a #1 Billboard song at all. They had a #2, but that #2, wait for it, you ready? 2016.
Is that really? Is that real?
That's 100% real.
Fuck.
Let me see if I can find the reply, bro. It's like, it's that. This is how easy this shit is to debunk, bro. Let me see if I can find it, cause I've been spurging out on fucking Twitter, dude. I've been like just going ham.
Here's like a question. Like I'm so curious. Like a lot of the like thought that I have, and this is what I've done with any drama content that I've engaged with like where I'm talking to someone, like with tomfoolery, he had a whole bunch of like crazy stuff happen with him, and instead of like grilling him on specifics on everything, it's just like I just want to understand like the thought process. I just want to understand like the real reason. I just want people to like give me like their real reason, because I can't like really engage with you if I don't understand why you feel a certain way or why you are arguing a certain thing, right? If so, like with Tom, it was just like all of his behaviors were like fucking insane, and I just want to ask, like, do you think that you're being normal when you do this? Do you think this is like a normal person thing to do on the internet or in real life or anything? And I want to do that same thing with conservatives, but like there's people just lie about what they believe too, right?
That's the problem you have to work with, and I think like I'm gonna be fair on this because I'm actually not gonna name names because I respect all the conservatives. Look, I think they all have their quirks.
They use Bon Iver as their argument.
Yes.
Okay,
Look, check it out. It's funny. It's funny. Look.
Yeah, I've heard of this guy like from one person before.
But scroll up and you'll see what it says. This is the real reason for Kamala's huge crowd in Wisconsin. Billboard #1 charting band Bon Iver. When the hell has he won a #1?
I don't know a single Bon Iver song off the top of my head. I'm trying to look up. Like,
thank you. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like this stuff is so hard for me to like just overcome. And you can look up like Billboard and all that, and I had to do that, and I found it, and I'm like, bro, this dude has not hit a #1 ever. He got a #2, but again, it was in 2016.
Yeah,
he's been in the Hot 100, you know, sure, but not like five songs in the Hot 100.
He's like someone that I've heard of, but he's not someone that I've ever listened to, or I don't think I've ever heard any of his songs.
Now, ready for this though? You ready for this? Are we gonna just pretend that the RNC did not invite freaking Kid Rock to the national convention?
And fucking Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and we're gonna just completely ignore Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay, we're just gonna put him to the side too. Like, that's my whole thing, bro. Is these are weak arguments, but you have to work within their premise, right? It's like, okay, cool. That's why I said like the way I handled it with Fabian Liberty. It's like, okay, cool. Let's say this is why people are showing up for Kamala. And this is what's so hard. It's like, why should I care? Oh, because she's not as popular and it's propaganda. I'm like, yeah, but like, why? Like, then it should be an easy win for Trump, right? So why do we care? If it's propaganda and it's easy win for Trump, why should we care? Oh, because it's pandering and it's wrong. Okay, like, you see what I'm saying? There's only so far you're gonna go with the conversation before you actually get into like the actual debating of like the facts. But like, we're seeing time. Like, I'm gonna give you. Oh, my dog has to go to the bathroom. You do your thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah. How's it going, John Locks? I got unbanned on Twitch. I am unstoppable. Okay. I dated a girl back in 2011 to 12 that played Bon Iver and said, anytime you want a girl to fuck you, put Bon Iver on. During COVID with Taylor Swift, extra mad. I don't know if I know a single fucking... What is his biggest song? No, not store. Videos. Popular. Holocene.
Was it a Bon Iver song or something?
Yeah, I've literally never heard that song before in my fucking life.
They're all there because of Kamala, bro.
Yeah.
Or because of Bon Iver. I mean.
Yeah. Like it's not even like I don't like it necessarily. Like, I'm sure that if I like listened to it and like gave it a chance, I could like it. But the problem is, like, he's not like a. It's not like they have fucking Michael Jackson going up there. It's not like they have fucking, you know, what's his fucking Travis Scott right this second. Although
Keem got the. Oh shoot! Did he delete it?
Oh, no shot. Did he fucking run away from it?
Yes! He deleted it, bro! It doesn't exist.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to pull it up on stream, and we're going to refresh, and we're going to watch it in real time. I got the link right here.
Alright, yeah. He deleted the tweet.
Oh, no. Keemstar, my guy. Did you accidentally tweet out misinformation and get chewed up for it?
Real time. Damn. He got and look, what's bad is I'll send you a screenshot of what it says too. It looks like what it was is he got a community note that it's not AI, and he probably like dipped out. Look, I'm gonna send you. Damn, got wrecked here.
It's so. There we are.
He got a community note.
This is live streamed for 4 hours. The video is still on YouTube. Timestamp for the moment of the picture is 2:13:07. Fuck me, dude. But so here's something I'm like, so like you, Killer Sieg, one of my mods, and
Yeah.
Nire Socks, right? 3 conservatives off the top of my head that I'm like, man, I feel bad for you guys, not in like a condescending way, like genuinely.
Mhm.
Like if I was where I'm at now, right? I'm a Democrat, and the Democrat Party was led by, you know, Bernie Sanders on fucking crack cocaine and meth combined, right? Just like a fucking giga social. Like if the Democratic Party was where like RFK is, but like more socialist or something, right? Like, I don't know, like it would be really difficult to fucking vote for that guy. And I would be looking at all the people who are on my side like, hey, you guys are fucking crazy. You guys are insane. Guys, like, do you, you're probably significantly more empathetic at towards like people on your own side than I am on that. Like I'm empathetic towards you and like the more reasonable people because like I can see and understand your pain, right? I can see, I can understand, I see you, I hear you. But like them, they're like 90% of their fears are just like completely unfounded, and most of the things that they could assuage those fears by a simple fucking Google search, or they could like find the information. And like when it comes to like the Republican Party, in your opinion, like do you think Donald Trump losing in 24 here in this election cycle? Well, I guess I have like a couple of questions on that. If Donald
Sure.
Trump loses, first off, what do you think the Republican Party, like the constituents, are going to do?
The bare minimum, they're gonna claim election fraud. That's the first thing first. I actually predicted this on my stream. We'll see if my prediction holds up. You can clip it and ship it, and we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. If Trump loses, my prediction, if the votes were held right now, Kamala would pull through even prior to midnight. But I would bet that probably the minute Kamala pulls through, and then there's going to be a sudden spike because we were still doing mail-in ballots. So mail-in ballots usually get counted up pretty late. But there's going to be a sudden spike for Kamala Harris, at which point we're going to go back to the 2020 playbook. And we're going to say, oh, look, this is election fraud. And then the problem is I don't know if there's a full... Oh, I don't know if there's a full... Republican, Democrat. Who is the House split right now? Or not the House, the Congress?
Senate is 50-50.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go as far as like the J6 stuff, but it's gonna be pretty crazy. Well, and that's the thing too, like what Redtron's saying is the problem I'm having is there's a disconnect between like what Trump is saying and what like his mainstream pundits are saying. Like for example, a lot of the mainstream pundits are like, "Oh, look, you know, there are no policy positions." Bro, literally yesterday, Trump like showed on a big screen like all of Kamala's policy positions. Like that don't align with what everybody's been saying. That's not what's been the mainstream narrative. So now everybody's doing, what are they doing? They're trying to pivot and be like, oh, well, it's not on her website. It's like, bro, really? That's what we're
Trump
doing.
is trying to fight policy, and his own fucking constituents don't believe him. Oh no. Like
They're like pivoting. They're like, oh, well, it's not on her website. I'm like, bro, here it is. Oh, well, that's her previous history. That's not her policy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, look, I'm coming out looking like I support Kamala, bro, with how much I'm trying to, I'm like debunking the fucking righties right now. Like I look like a Kamala supporter. I'm like, dude, the thing about it that's so crazy to me is like, we talked about Beto, right? I think it was me and you were talking about
Yeah.
Beto. Like, and saying you're gonna take away people's guns is a losing issue. It will make you lose the thing. Here's the thing: Kamala has now said it at least twice that I have seen and witnessed, where she has said we are going to implement an assault weapons ban, and she has not moved in the polls, like at all. Like That's how crazy this election cycle is. The only reason she hasn't like lost so much support because of that issue is because the other option is like is Trump. That's what's so.
What were you gonna say about him? You're gonna say he's a fascist, insurrectionist,
Was
fucking
it
low
no?
IQ, dumb fuck.
I'm trying.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be very no, you're fine. I'm trying to be very careful in how I word this because a lot of people will see it and go, "Oh my God, this is such a leftist talking point."
Yeah, I know what you
I'll
mean.
put it this way. I have told people before that the only reason why we have not seen some crazy like third world country type shit is because Trump is not somebody who I'm trying to word this in such a way. Weaponized his followers. Some people would point to J6 and say that was him weaponizing it. I think he was just not realizing what the hell he was saying, ignoring the J6 debate. The point of what I'm trying to say is that the following has all the ingredients for someone with bad intentions to completely manipulate. The ingredients are there. It just takes someone to put the ingredients in the oven. And I don't think Trump is the right chef for that. Does that make sense?
No, I 100% agree. I hate this idea, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to talk to people about this. Like our institutions, there might be problems with some of our institutions. There might be things that we need to like fine tune, but our institutions are not against us, and our institutions are not there to like install someone as president, right? And so I don't know how to tell people like, no, the election isn't being set up to be stolen. You're being lied to, and it just like goes in one ear and out the other. Real quick before I forget, so like I asked, what do I think? What do you think the Republican Party will do if Trump loses? So assuming he loses, the Democrats win. Whatever happens, and then we get to February, March, April of 2025. Now nobody can predict the future, and like I have no clue. But what happens with Trump? Do you think?
I think that he's going to pass the torch on. I don't see him running again if he loses in 2024. I don't see him running again. At that point, how old will he be? Like 84 or something like that?
Yeah, 80 something.
Yeah, he's going to be old. He's going to be like 80 something. I think he's going to pass the torch on. The question is who picks up that torch. I think Vivek is still kind of doing the rounds.
Do you think that the MAGA movement continues? Do you think that the Republicans...
100%.
Oh, fuck me, man.
I think the MAGA movement continues because you have the likes of Vivek Ramsey, who is a Trump light. He has all the like basic recipes. That's why I've always said is like Vivek is so close to Trump that he is a safer option to say like do that thing where like I have a black friend, right? It's like, hey, look, I notice this all those same conservatives that we've talked about. They're like, oh yeah, I love Vivek, because I don't like Trump, but guess what? As soon as like Vivek dropped out of the race, boy, they sure do love Trump. You know what I mean? It's like, I thought you didn't like Trump, well, but you're back with Trump after Vivek dropped out.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think that. I think that the MAGA movement might continue. I don't think it'll be through an individual, though. I think they'll be too distrustful of any individual outside of Trump. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It really does. But I think the thing is this is another reason why I think Trump is going to lose. Trump has lost the moderates and he has lost the Groypers, bro. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't think the Groyper vote's going to change anything.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, he lost the far right, and he lost the moderates. The only people he's got left is maybe that, like, he claims on his rally, he was like, yeah, like 90% are the MAGA movement. I'm like, bro, I think it's like more like 60 or 70. You're losing a lot of traction here. And a lot of these weird memes. Those, they for Republicans sitting there and then seeing Don Jr. post some of those tweets, like, I don't know if he's always been like a cringe lord or something that I've seen, but like, yes. I'm like, bro.
Don Jr., like, if anyone was to carry on the MAGA movement, now I think that if it would be like Don Jr. taking over the MAGA movement, is what is most likely to me. But I also think that it just becomes like, the people that he'd be like Bernie Sanders for the progressive movement, but he would be universally loved within the MAGA movement, but also he would be significantly less effective. I think that that's where the MAGA movement will go if he loses. I think it passes on to Don Jr. He makes an unsuccessful bid for the presidency, and then like he just like, steal these people's fucking pension and fucking disability checks for the rest of their fucking lives. Like
Yeah.
while selling fucking steaks and, Trump soda and, Bibles and shit like that, like fucking Milo Yiannopoulos. That's what I would think happens.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to see Don Jr. kind of step up to the ring and then see what is left from the MAGA movement. I think there's going to be a lot of loss of momentum. There's still 3 months to go, so anything can absolutely change. I've told people that, I think that there's going to be some flakes of MAGA still around, but I think it's going to start slowly fading out soon. We've seen this kind of with the left, with AOC in the squad. They were really, really far left in terms of our political sphere.
Yeah.
And
then they either moderated or got voted the fuck out.
Cory Bush just got voted out. So that's the thing. And AOC, you saw the writing on the wall. She was like, oh shit, I'm going to kind of dip back out and be like, okay. And I haven't seen anything on AOC in a long time about like some kind of radical shit.
Well, now, AOC became Nancy Pelosi's protege, and then she moderated significantly. I mean, she's still a progressive, but like, she's like not so progressive that I find it offensive. She's like a pretty good, decent mix of like the traditional corporate Dem and like progressive. And I think that that's like totally fine. She still advocates for a lot of the same policies, but she's smarter about it. She has the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I guess like moral foundation. Like she didn't sell out, but she became smarter about how she goes about doing things, what can be accomplished and what can't be accomplished. And I think that's like really fucking based of her. Like it shows a maturation. Meanwhile, you have people like Cory Bush and I keep on forgetting the guy's name. No.
Guy?
Yeah, he just lost in New York. Booker.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
I forgot all about him. Not Cory Booker. Is it Cory Booker?
Is it Cory Booker too?
I think.
Chat. Is this real?
Yeah, it's Cory Booker. Cory Booker and Cory Booker. That's who it is.
I guess Americans just hate Cory.
Are you talking about Cory Bush?
No, because Cory Bush also lost. There were two people in the squad.
I don't think Cory Booker was part of the squad.
Oh yeah, he was a recent addition from either 2020 or 2022. Am I thinking of the right fucking person? Who am I thinking of?
Cory Booker loses primary. It was 12 hours ago, so I think you're right. Yeah, it's from New Jersey. I think this is it. Let me make sure. It says TikTok. I don't know if it's true. It's fucking TikTok, so who knows? Let's see.
Hold on. Is this? No,
Is it a dude or a woman?
This is a dude. Did Cory Booker lose?
I don't know. I saw something on TikTok that said Cory Booker loses primary, but that's also me using TikTok as a source, which is probably the stupidest thing ever.
Chat, help me remember these people's names. Sorry.
There's Cory Bush and Cory Booker. I've never known Booker to be part of the squad. He's been cringe as hell. He's like the male version of Kamala. But
progressive.
Let's see.
APAC. Let me see here. Jamal Bowman is who I'm thinking of. Jamal Bowman.
Bro, you're way off.
I was
My
way off.
goodness.
Sorry, we were talking about Cory Bush, and then you said, and then.
Yeah, you mixed up some names. It's okay. We get it.
But yeah, Jamal Bowman and Cory Booker, or Cory Bush, fuck me. These two, like, members of the squad, they got fucking demolished in their primaries. And it's because they never moderated. They never learned how to deal with other, what do you call them? Other members of their party, or how to like reach across the aisle in any way. They just like went full whole hog into like trying to push their shit, voting against bills that like the Democrats needed votes on. And people don't fucking like that. And I think that, and I've said this a million times, but I think that people, on one hand, they want the fucking craziness in politics to end. People want politics to become boring on like an intellectual level. The problem is, can we like get people to marry their like that thought that they have on a like that they have in their brain versus the feeling that they have that they just like want to push through and ram through everything that they want right now, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
because like the only way that the Republican Party can be saved is for people to either moderate out and go back to being like relatively normal, or they have to literally destroy all of their political enemies through either violence or lawfare or something like that. Like those are the two options for that movement to have sustainability. And
That's why for that that's the
yeah,
thing, bro. That's why like I'm really worried about like when I'm criticizing my party, it's me saying get your fucking head out of your freaking rear end, bro. It's like, look, like I'm criticizing you guys because I think you guys are on a losing strategy. I'm that coach that's sitting there going, "What the hell, guys? Why are we doing this?" In the locker, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and so when I look at like seeing this, because what's going to happen is Kamala has made policy positions that are definitely further than moderate. Like I said, I go back to the assault weapons ban. You talk about Medicare for all. You talk about, and I know a lot of people are like, whoa, what are you talking about, dollars? Those are great policies. Look, I'm not here to debate the policies. I'm just saying that these are definitely far further left policies than moderate. And when you look at that, it's like, bro, if y'all don't get your head straight, I'm gonna have to vote down ballot Republican because that's the only way to save what's about to happen. And I'm not gonna vote. Oh, and everybody keeps asking me like, "So you're gonna vote for?" I look. I would love to vote for Trump if I wasn't so concerned with how the followers have been. The followers scare the hell out of me. Trump sort of scares the hell out of me. And so for me, it's like, look, I would just rather vote in a way that's not Kamala, so you can kind of follow where I'm going with it. I don't know what I'm gonna
vote
do
third
yet. I
party
said
or
there's
don't
still
vote. Yeah,
yeah, like there's still three more months to go, and so there's a lot of room for like things to calm down and kind of convince me. But like I, the way that I'm watching this ravaging like you know following is insane. And I mentioned this to I had a few conversations the past few days where I was asking people, I'm like, look, you know, I feel as if from 2016 to 2020. I feel like from 2016 to 2020, Trump was burning all the bridges called the swamp, right? The swamp. That's who he was burning bridges with. The swamp has been burned, and now what's left is the grass surrounding him, which is all of his allies. He's now burning bridges with the strongest allies, and that's why for me it's like, why are y'all doing this? Like when Rittenhouse is like, I'm not gonna do this, and then all the online pundits go absolutely nuts on him, and then like 2 hours later he's like, oh, I had a change of heart. That's how we're operating, bro. That's deranged. Now
listen,
that's
dude.
online politics, so I think that's
Yeah.
something that I have to keep in mind is that like the normies out there that are they're not gonna see that. They're gonna see the Trump speeches.
Well,
And bro,
that's the problem,
yeah.
dude. That's the fucking problem. The internet has infected the normie spaces, the alt media environment. That's where so many people, like I mean, including Democrats, but to a lesser degree. And I wonder if there's polling on this, but like I would say that progressives, the progressive wing of the Democrats and then the entire Republican Party are so distrustful of any media that goes against what they believe in the first place that they're unwilling to like go and look at anything. Now, of course, there's people that don't fall into those categories that are in the MAGA movement or that are progressives, or you know what I mean. But like by and
Mhm.
large, I would say, dude, they're like conservatives are getting their opinions and their news from so many alt media people, and this okay, you want to know, okay, this is my
I'm
fucking
riled
real
up. I'm sorry
this is
there,
my real no,
Sondsol.
you're totally fine, man. This is my real big fucking problem, okay? I've been like fully red pilled, okay, on the Russian disinformation stuff. I have looked into that, and I've seen people who like go through and they show how to identify Russian disinformation, right? I've seen Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, personal friends with Putin, on camera say that he is the orchestrator of the misinformation campaigns in the United States and how proud they are and how they're going to ramp it up before he got shot out of the sky for, like they're openly doing this. You can see the line of where like specific disinformation comes from, and you can recognize it being repeated on like fucking Fox News. You can see it repeated on all these alt media people like Tim Pool and fucking Dave Smith and fucking Ben Shapiro. Like Ben Shapiro to a much lesser extent, mind you, okay? But like all of these people are like literally, and progressives do this too, but progressives are just like powerless, like in comparison to like the broader Republican Party. And you can't even bring it up because the only thing that Republicans hear right now when you bring up Russian disinformation is Russiagate, Russiagate, Russiagate.
Yeah.
And they're literally like playing into the hands of a fucking state enemy of the United States of America. And then they claim to be more American than me. And no amount of evidence I could show them would like show that it's false, that the narrative is false, that the facts are false, that the broad idea is false, like on any level. And there's nothing that I can do on an
Russia's
individual
getting
basis.
to your mind, bro. They're breaking your mind,
dude. But the problem is, it's not just Russia. It's China. It's Iran. It's like every one of our state enemies are like reveling in the fact that the extremes in the United States are just like slurping up all of their fucking disinformation. Like fucking nasty little cum sluts on the fucking floor, slurping up.
Oh man!
Sorry, I took a couple of hits off of my. Sorry, I took a couple of hits off my.
It's okay. It's okay, Sondsol. I'm just like I feel now. I gotta go wash my hands or something, bro. Shoot.
Sanitize yourself, but like it's fucking crazy. And how do you?
It is.
This is like gonna be like 30 to 40% of the entire like United States population, and I don't want to be like deprogram them and throw them into fucking camps. I don't want to fucking be mean to them. I want us to have like good conversations where we have disagreements about shit that's like actually real. But I can't do that. And I don't know, like, even like, of course I'm fucking, a 20 viewer Andy on fucking Twitch. Okay. I have like fucking 5 viewers average on fucking YouTube. This isn't
hey, they all matter, bro. They all matter.
It all matters. But like on a broad society scale, what the fuck do we do? Because there's an empathetic approach that I can like talk about, but like you can't even do the empathetic approach because they're so locked in. Have you ever heard of Short Fat Otaku on YouTube?
Absolutely not.
Okay, he's like one of the old like Gamergate bros, friends with Sargon and Akkad, but he's actually a pretty cool dude. And he tweeted something out the other day, and tell me what you think of this. The MAGA movement has turned from like a political movement and very quickly became more of a civic religion a la Islam, where like Islam is the law, right? It is the culture around everything like within the state and outside, and like your view of everything outside of the state is through the lens of Islam, right? And the only way to be a true member of the society is to be Islamic, right? And when looking at the MAGA movement through that lens, like everything is viewed through the lens of the MAGA movement. Everything inside of the state is viewed that way. Everything like going on outside of the state is viewed in that way. Like it's like a civic religion, and that like clicked in my brain so hard. Like, what do you think of that?
I agree. I think what you said is 100% true. I get it, but it's also kind of weird because it's kind of like. I also kind of think it's overcomplicating it because it's not that it's unique to the MAGA movement. I mean, I think we could also levy the same thing against the progressive movement, right? It has gotten more loyal. There are definitely more loyalists to the movement that become similar to that kind of religious attitude. But politics in of itself can become that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. I can see some amount of that. again, like I'm railing hard against
yeah.
progressives. Like the left does this too, but like the parts of the Democratic Party that are like that are just so infinitesimally small
Yeah,
comparatively, you know?
for sure. But I mean, the thing is, like, if we were to say, well, like, just because a religion is small doesn't mean that the movement itself isn't religious, right? If
Right.
that makes sense.
No,
Like,
100%.
you could have, like, Muslim or Islam is just kind of is obviously a large religion. I think it's actually one of the largest religions, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but you can have a small religion. We've seen plenty of cults that are far worse. Not far worse. There's not implying that Islam is bad, guys, okay? But I'm just saying there are far like crazier cults that are significantly smaller. We can look to the Manson cults, right? That only had like what, 4 or 5 people, 10 people, something like that. But they had a really gnarly following. It was just scary. So, anyways, but I think it's funny you were talking about. I think it was hypocrisy or something like that. And I was going to mention, I was watching the Trump rally today, and I kid you not, Sondsol, as I was listening to this rally, Trump was using a teleprompter. Okay, he was looking at the teleprompter, going, "Kamala Harris refuses to not use her teleprompter." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, you're reading off of your teleprompter as you're making this statement.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
fire your speechwriter, bro. Fire your speechwriter. Like, what the, like, you're telling me that should be like, there should be a shame that she's using a teleprompter while you're reading that sentence from a teleprompter. I was
But it
losing
doesn't
my mind, bro.
the statements don't matter. It's the feeling that he evokes in the people, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's been crazy, and I think for me, man, I told Dylan, I said, look, I'm coming after that belt, okay? It's time that there's a reasonable conservative that wins the hippy dippy, okay? I'm going around making my press conferences, okay? I think one of the things that I got going for me this time around, as opposed to last time, is one, I've got more time on my hands, but two, I've got such a vitriol against my fellow conservatives that I have no problem like burning bridges. And that's like crazy to me. But like I have no problem doing it. Like, look, dude, you're being freaking delusional, and I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And look, I'm not afraid to say it. I voted for Trump in 16. I voted for Trump in 20. I voted for Cruz in 18. Okay?
Cringe.
I didn't vote the last midterm. Okay? But still, I voted for all of those characters. So if you want to call me a lefty, by all means, call me a rhino. That's fine.
You're
I don't care.
definitely
Because guess what?
here's the thing, like again, there's like no world in which I could even call you a centrist. Like I know like your broad positions on things. You're not a centrist. You're a fucking conservative, right?
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
it's very interesting talking to you because like you like the conversations that we've had that like we didn't get like super fucking heated and angry in were like really interesting and like pretty productive. I think we had a pretty good conversation about oh fuck I can see I was playing a game at the time. I think I was playing XCOM. I don't remember when that was, but I think it was right after like
Vaguely.
February of 2021 and we were talking about January 6th and
Yeah,
like
then I could tell you my opinion. It would probably be the same thing. I don't change very often. There's a way to objectively like look at it in a very rational way, which is, I like using this because it really upsets conservatives, but some people did some things. So kind of wraps up my opinion on it, right? And when I say that, it's because I think that it's a powerful saying because the left used it with the
which
BLM
saying, sorry,
riots,
say it
right?
again.
Oh, some people did some things. So the left used it during BLM, right? And so it pisses off conservatives if you say that and go, wait. I'm like, no, like, you would agree, right? Like, it was a mostly peaceful protest like, with those that were on the lawn versus those that were inside the chapel, right? And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Okay, so some people did some things. I don't know. I use it
It's so hard
sometimes,
to
yeah.
get people to admit to like literally any part of January 6th. Did you? I don't know like how deep because you're just coming back. How deep have you gotten? Have you started watching other people's debates again?
I've been watching. So here's the thing, like I may not be like streaming, but I've absolutely like been binge watching the shit out of politics, whether it be like Destiny's debates or sitting there watching, some most of it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real honest with everybody. I've been watching like I don't know why. I just find Destiny's like debates to be a little bit more clean than
Yeah.
like some other like smaller creators, which just feels clunky. So it just feels kind of awkward. But most of the stuff I've been watching is Destiny stuff.
Did
I'll
you
then
watch the
like
Rob debate?
not all of it, not all 5 hours. That's easy to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I watched bits and pieces of it.
Okay. When Rob didn't accept the idea that someone who brings a weapon along with them to commit a crime, uh, like, isn't planning on using that weapon, was that fucking insane to you or no?
I think I'm probably gonna take more of the Destiny like side on this when I talk about it, but like the thing
No,
is
just like
there's
as a
so much
person,
context.
you know,
Like
like
there's so much context to say like who they're bringing a weapon to the crime scene. Now, it, that statement
well, the exact
itself,
analogy or like
yeah.
the or the hypothetical is someone breaks into your house and they bring a Glock 19. If they
The person that's breaking into the house pulls out the gun, or the person that breaks into the house brings the gun.
yeah, and
Okay.
in the pursuance of doing that crime, breaking into your house and trying to
hmm
steal shit
hmm
from you, you walk out of your bedroom and they point the gun at
hmm
you, right?
hmm
Now, if they kill you, would that be fucking murder or would that be
Yes.
self-defense?
If who kills who?
If the robber kills you, were they
Yeah,
killing you in
that's
self-defense because you're trying to stop them from doing a crime?
no, because you were in the commission of a felony, and
Yeah, that's
there's
what
no
Rob was
that.
arguing. He was saying that, like, yeah, maybe they brought a weapon along with them to rob the store. Like, they might have like tried to steal stuff from the store, and if someone stopped them, yeah, maybe they would pull out the gun. But that doesn't mean that like they were intending to use the weapon. No, they had a backup plan if they got caught to use the gun to get out of the situation of getting caught. And so anything that they did, they necessarily like planned, right?
Well, yeah. So the thing is there has been. Oh man, hey, internet guys, that's awesome. I may actually try to wear a wrestling suit on Hippy Dippy just for fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So no, the thing is, there's only been like one case where, and this is what I wanted to mention. I'm glad you mentioned. It's getting later, and so my mind's fried. The idea of self-defense is a lot of people don't understand. It's not as simple as like someone pulls out a firearm and you are able to defend yourself. Let me see if I can pull this up for you because this is something that a lot of people get wrong, and it drives me to an ever-living pulp angry. 5 elements of self-defense. All right. The principle of innocence underpins the notion. Here, I'll just go. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Where is my dude? There's a guy. Here, this might work. It's not super like detailed, but it'll probably get the point across. I'll post it in chat.
Sure.
This is the problem when people talk. Yeah, go ahead and read it. Let me know when you're done.
I'm just gonna skip down to the 5 parts instead of reading the first paragraph.
Of course, yeah.
5 elements of self-defense. First is innocence. The principle of innocence underpins the notion that one must not be the aggressor in a conflict. To claim self-defense, an individual must not have initiated the encounter or acted in a way that could be perceived as provoking.
I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Provoking or escalating the conflict. This element is foundational. It asserts that self-defense is a right reserved for those who are, indeed, defending themselves from an unwarranted attack. 2. Imminence. Imminence speaks to the urgency of the threat. For a self-defense claim to be valid, the threat faced must be immediate or about to occur. This eliminates the justification for preemptive strikes based on past threats or the speculation of future harm. The threat must be such that the average person would perceive an immediate need for defensive action. 3, avoidance. Avoidance emphasizes the duty to evade the conflict if possible. This principle varies significantly depending on jurisdiction, with some areas enforcing a duty to retreat, while others observe stand your ground laws. Regardless, the essence of avoidance is the demonstration of an attempt to escape the confrontation before resorting to force, showcasing that the use of force was truly a last resort. 4, proportionality. I think that we can figure that one out. 5, reasonableness. Finally, reasonableness is the overarching element that ties the others together. It assesses whether the actions taken in the context of the other 4 elements were those that a reasonable person would have made under similar circumstances. This includes both the perception of the threat and the response to it. The reasonableness test is crucial as it accounts for the subjective nature of fear and response while grounding it within an objective standard. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll have to see what his point was once he gets back. How's it going, Aaron Small? I think they're...
All right, I'm back, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go, I'm back.
Yeah, so we read through them, and what was the point about this?
So the point of what I was going to say is...
Totally fine.
Yeah, so that and you know, the first prong of this 5 elements of self-defense issue here is that we do not have innocence, right? Because you're breaking into their home and you initiated the encounter or acted in a way that could be perceived as provoking. So that tier is already gone, and you did not act in self-defense, despite the person whose home it is pointing the firearm at you. That point of the firearm has nothing to do with the fact that you initiated that conflict. So in that case, and this is the problem, is with where I was going with this, is that a lot of people don't understand there's 5 elements of self-defense. They kind of look at it in a very nebulous way and be like, okay, who pointed the gun first? And it's like, that's not really how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
There's these five elements that have to be met in order to have that claim. And only in rare and certain circumstances have there been self-defense claims that have succeeded against police officers. And it just so happens that one of those is Breonna Taylor's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because it was his home. There was so much vaguity there with everything. He was able to, he would have gotten off on that charge. And he's a very, very lucky person.
Yes.
Because he was facing some serious time.
Yeah, he shot like what, 3 cops, right?
Yeah, I think he shot 3 cops, 1 in the femoral artery, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus. Did he kill one?
No.
Okay.
He got very close to
Very
it though.
lucky then. Jesus.
Yes. So that's why like Rittenhouse, you can bring a gun to protest, but you can't if you're planning to do a crime. Exactly. Like that's the whole thing is. So this is how you could have had that whole entire conversation with Rob, right? But Destiny, despite him reading through a lot of these laws and things, it's funny to me he has not read the 5 elements of self-defense.
Well,
he keeps going at it from...
Yeah, I think that I feel like for me, reading this, it's like, yeah, of course this is self-defense because it feels almost intuitive. Like, I didn't know that there was like written out like, hey, these are the elements of self-defense, right? Mm-hmm. And there's 5 points of it. But like, yeah, like I agree with every single one of those. And it feels very intuitive for like whether or not someone's actually defending themselves or if they're like trying to goad someone into, you know, fighting them so that they can kill them, right? And I think that Rob is smart enough, and this is what I was saying yesterday. And I don't like, on one hand I want to talk to him about it, but I don't want to like get into a whole fucking debate about it, right? Like this is one of the things that I wish I could just like ask someone like, what? Okay, we're not in the context of a debate. I would even do an off fucking stream with Rob because I like Rob. I think that he's a good person,
Sure.
Right? And like, I just want to ask, like, you don't believe this. You're legitimately too fucking smart to believe this. Like, I want to know what your like actual true, like, you can still support Trump even if January 6th was an insurrection, right? Like, but I just want to understand the fucking thought process here. Like, why not try and make that case? And this is like, and maybe you can like help me out on this. Why is it that like, instead of like any of the online like either hardcore debaters or big names, no one just like says, yeah, January 6th was an insurrection. It shouldn't have happened. It was bad. Like, I don't agree with it, right? But I still like Trump anyways. Like, why can't anybody say that? Why is there so much argument over whether or not it was an insurrection? Because I feel like in like plain, like common parlance, like Rob was arguing, like January 6th was a fucking insurrection. Now, you could still say like, I'm still more scared of Kamala, or I still like Trump better, but like, why do we have to get stuck on that fucking point? Why Democrats fucking said that like the riots are bad. Like we don't want there to be any more riots. You guys need to like chill the fuck out. Like protest peacefully. That's good. But rioting is bad. And you can see like all the presidential candidates say like rioting is bad and everyone should like chill out and protest peacefully. But like fuck me. The day that like Donald Trump decides to do like a fucking giant rally, right? With all this like language about how we need to pressure the, like, even if they didn't like specifically intend, which I'm still on the fence about whether they specifically intended like for people to go over there and like riot or anything. I lean like 40% yes and 60% no. I think that Trump just kind of rolled with it and used it to his advantage to call more senators and pressure them. But that aside, like, Democrats are willing to say, like, hey, you guys are being fucking crazy and you guys need to chill the fuck out. This is bad behavior. Bad, right? Like, we understand what your problem is, but it's bad what you're doing. Why can't, like, why do we have to rewrite all of fucking history? Why are there so few fucking conservatives that will just, like, own it? Or, like, do they think that if they lose 1 point, then they like lose the entire moral right to vote for him?
Yes. Flat out, I would say yes. Because here's the thing, if you acknowledge that it was an insurrection, which I'm going to be neutral in this because I quite frankly haven't done enough research to assess whether or not it was or wasn't an insurrection, and quite frankly, I don't feel like,
don't have to get super into it.
I don't feel like spurging about it, but if the premise is right that it was an insurrection, then that means that you're supporting an insurrectionist, right? Which carries a lot of negative moral baggage, right? So
well, I would just say, like, this is the argument that I would give if I was a conservative, right? Because this is like my true feelings. Like, yeah, January 6th was an insurrection. People got super fucking riled up. I don't think that Trump necessarily like thought that there was going to be violence like that. I think he thought they were going to go over there and protest, but I don't think he thought that they were going to dive in there, right? He still wanted to like fix the election to go his way through like senators and their legal theory, right? Which you could argue whether that was legal or not. I don't think I could steel man the fact that it was a legitimate legal theory, but I can steel man the idea that I don't think that Donald Trump necessarily thought that they were going to go over there and fucking riot and fight and, you know, try and break into the Capitol, right? That's what I feel like would be a stronger point for than like all this like hemming and hawing and crying and bitching and moaning over people calling Donald Trump an insurrectionist. Just say like, no, I don't think he was an insurrectionist. I think that there were people there that were willing to do stuff for him that were insurrectionists, like the Proud Boys.
The problem is like you're coming at it from like like me and you are both reasonable on our sides. Like you're a reasonable leftist, I'm a reasonable conservative.
Do not call me a leftist. Like, all right, I am a liberal. Okay.
All right, you liberal, whatever. Center left, center right, whatever you want to call it. Point is, you know what I'm saying? Like you're reasonable with the take. The problem is imagine Rob mentioning that in a roundtable type setting where there are not so many reasonable heads in that space. Think about that. Like, if he were to sit there and say, you know, yeah, like Trump, I don't think Trump had a hand in it. I think it was just his followers being batshit crazy. No, are you lying to me? You're telling me then that that Trump had no hand in it? Listen to him say fight. Listen to him. Like,
well, then just use all the fucking arguments that you guys have. Or I'm sorry, you guys. I mean, like the MAGA cards.
You're fine.
Okay?
You're fine. Like I get it. I felt a little pain, but it's okay.
But like all the I think that there is a reasonable argument. Kind of in both ways, but like you could make a reasonable argument like this is like what do you call it, like a regular like political speech. We're gonna fight for our freedoms, we're gonna fight for our rights, blah blah blah.
So you're talking like 2020 J6th conversations that we have tried as conservatives, and every single time they then point to something else in the speech. So like that's the problem with your take is like
But
I
like
get what you're
it's
saying.
the same thing. Like we're gonna point towards something else that like happened on that day, or like all the things around that. But like I think that you could, I think that you could make a pretty solid case. I do think that you could make a pretty solid case that Trump wasn't necessarily like trying to make it like January 6th happen, right? But like it did, and that's a
It turned
shame.
into what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the problem is that what you're doing there, and I'm coming from it from like viewing
sure.
it
Like
through a left.
I might be like looking at too much from my bias. So like you're my
Well, no, I'm not even saying it from your bias. Like
yeah.
the fact that what you're doing is you're in essence taking away a lot of that weight from Trump. And I'll tell you what, if anybody were to do that in circles, especially like I know for a fact because I love Pisco, but Pisco would absolutely eat you alive if you tried to
Oh,
do that.
absolutely, he would.
So that's what I'm saying is like
But
that's
I can't
exactly what
steel
I'm
man the
talking
whole
about.
case. I can't steel man the whole case. Rob is
Yeah, but
smart
you just
enough.
constantly go.
Rob
Rob is
is
smart.
smart. Rob is smart enough. That's why I like respect. That's why I respect him. I went into a fucking crucible debate with him one time where like I can't remember what the situation was, but we were going to go in and debate one thing and something fell through. So instead of debating that thing, we had a special impromptu like we're going to just do, you know, a coin flip, and whoever is like calls it gets to choose which side that they debate on or something like that, right? And so we didn't know which side we were going to debate on for any given topic. And Rob was able to fucking argue like left leaning, like granted he went further than I would have with some of the left leaning arguments, right? But like he was able to make like pretty strong left leaning arguments. And I was just like fucking gobsmacked. I was like, damn, that shit's fucking cool as fuck. I want to be able to do that. That's some fucking like hardcore fucking debate skills. He can literally argue any side of any fucking like debate point that you can think of. He does know what the points are on the opposite side. He can construct an argument on the fly like that. And he chooses to do the most fucking, I'm sorry, fucking like breach baby fucking like fetal alcohol syndrome dumb fuck like low IQ shit in the entire fucking world in some of these debates. It's like the most bad faith shit possible because I know he's smart enough and capable of making better arguments.
That's because when he makes the like dumbass arguments is because he's not using his chat GPT.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That shit's a little funny. Like I understand what he was doing, and I also understand Destiny's point on that. I just think it's funny. I don't think it's like necessarily a knock on Rob, like to the fullest extent. It's a little bit of a knock, like given the given the screenshots and the way that he was like kind of like prompting it for like a better answer, like that's bad. But using Chat GPT, I don't care if people do that.
The issue though is it like I think everybody was viewing that from like a different angle for me. I'll address your point about Rob being smart
Either
first,
way,
but
like,
I think Rob is a smart guy. I think that he is, I believe, a debate coach. So he's got that like he's an expert level. Yeah, he's got that dog in him. He's got an expert level like debate skill, okay? And I think that it's better for him to take kind of the more radical positions in a way because that's what he can dig into and really like do. But what I wanted to say about the Chat GPT thing is it begged the question, like nobody asked this, and I'm like, when he didn't just decide to use that AI software like the day of. You can't tell me that Rob just magically used that AI software the day of. Yeah. Like kind of weird. So like it begs the question like, okay, fine, you did let's say this is right. This goes back to what we're kind of about Fabian Liberty. Let's say you did just do that today. When else have you used cloud? like wait a minute, hold on. Let's rewind. You've clearly used this in the past. I've used it today. And so my whole thing is it's kind of like the teacher who hands a homework assignment to you and there's one student who goes to the library, reads 3 different sources, compiles it in their mind of what they believe that interpretation to be versus some kid who types into an AI software. Can you give me, like they insert the topic from the teacher and then it spits out, in essence, someone else's thoughts, right? In essence, plagiarizing. And that's why, like, for me, it's like, I tend to lean more towards like it being kind of not like a gross, like thing, but I kind of look at it like, this is not really a. It looks really bad. Now, I will say that screenshot did look like it was taken from a phone. So I will give Rob some benefit of the doubt and say that that does look like that might have been what had happened was is he was trying to do things really quickly while he was on vacation with his family, which I'll tell you, anybody who's ever done that, I give Rob kudos for trying to balance having a family and doing all this debate stuff. It is very, very difficult. But I think him conceding that whole AI thing was really bad. I was like, I don't know, man. You shouldn't have done that. It's like you shouldn't have mentioned it. Like you should have just let it be. Like just let it slide. Like I didn't like. It's better for him to say I didn't read it. I'm sorry, than to admit that he was using AI. I just think it looks so bad.
Yeah, I think that people like Rob have like a really important place in like society, like at large. I think that people like Rob need to exist to push people. And I don't mean like Rob as a MAGA person. I mean Rob as like a really skilled counter to left-leaning opinions, right? Just like I think Destiny is a really good counter to right-wing opinions. And I think that like in the perfect world, like I said a little bit earlier, in a perfect world, these would like be a balancing act in society that would not push people to the extremes necessarily, right? But like if Rob was able to make like a really convincing like economic argument that didn't involve like some like really fucking stupid shit, like there are like reasonable arguments you can make about immigration, but Rob toes the like MAGA line on it so hard that like he loses perspective on like the broader argument that he could probably win on, right? Like
Yeah.
he can beat the fuck out of like a smaller creator like your average like blue MAGA like weirdo on Twitter. But like when it comes to someone who knows their shit, like even me at this point, if I had like a couple of days to like refresh my memory on immigration issues, like I could probably go to toe with Rob. And the only reason I can go toe to toe with Rob on immigration is because he's towing the line of these like the most insane people ever. And I don't know, man. Like I just feel a little bit depressed about like the state of things, not just like in terms of politics, but like in terms of anybody even pretending to be honest about like what they believe. Like I don't know how to have conversations with people. I don't like fuck. We're kind of looping around to the beginning here.
It's
So
okay, bro. You're
yeah,
like, look, I'll tell. I'm gonna like pivot real fast. Okay, you're gonna
yeah.
be like, what the hell? You're gonna have whiplash. Okay, but it turns out that the Algerian boxer Aaain Khif has reportedly, this is last updated about an hour ago, reportedly filed a legal complaint over online harassment following a gender controversy. Possibly the case. Looks like it may. Many users express support for Khif and hope that high-profile figures like J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk, Donald Trump could be among those sued. So this is about to take a interesting twist because that means that there's going to be the thing is a lawsuit. It probably will get settled, but there might be something that comes out of it because if the claims are true that Aaain Khif is a male, then it would come out in this kind of legal matter.
If she filed the lawsuit, there's no shot that she's a biological male in any regard. I'm sorry. It like
It would be
because
stupid to do so,
yeah,
right?
exactly, right? It like do you know oh man, I'm forgetting his name. There's a historian who sued a Jewish like journalist maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
She or no, she was an author. And this historian sued her because she claimed that he was a Holocaust denier, right? This guy got blown the fuck out in court because of discovery. Okay? He waited for her to publish her book where she claims that he's a Holocaust denier. He filed it in England, so they got way more power of discovery and a way lower threshold of defamation. So they countersued, right? two competing lawsuits going on at once. Who's going to win? Oh, they just brought in a couple of people to show that like he either willingly ignored evidence that the Holocaust actually happened, or that he like blatantly lied about it, like blatantly. And
Oh man.
it was like he was a respected historian before that, and then after that it was shown that he was just like straight up like neo-Nazi Holocaust denier person. So for someone to file a lawsuit against people that are spreading misinformation about them, spreading, defamation shit about them, it would be the stupidest fucking thing. If you were a biological male and you were suing people for calling you that, they're going to find out in discovery. That would be like a critical part.
Exactly.
Of the
That's why I'm
case.
saying this is a big deal, because it's like that's gonna come out. Like if it were the fact that Aaain Khif is a biological male, like,
it would be really bad
like
for her.
why?
But it would like
Yeah.
but like the fact that she's willing to go to court and put everything out on the fucking table, like there's just like zero chance. There's just like
And
zero chance.
maybe that might be why Aaain Khif never came out with any kind of gender test or chromosome test or anything like that, because they were planning on the back end. They probably decided a long time ago that they were going to file this lawsuit.
No shot
Yeah.
at all. I don't think that anyone at the Olympics, including those athletes, thought what happened was going to happen, unless this is like the most like
No.
40
No. I'm not saying that. What I'm
Oh.
saying is that the reason why Aaain Khif did not take a chromosomal test after the controversy happened was probably because they were already intending on suing, and if they revealed any kind of chromosomal test, it may have detrimented the case. It's kind of like
I
doing
don't
a
even know
chromosomal
how,
test.
like well, here's like a couple of questions, because I genuinely don't know the answer to these. Like, I don't know how long it takes for a like chromosome test to come back from the labs.
It could be
or-
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes to come back from the labs, or even to set up an appointment to like get that done by whatever specialist would be involved in that in a foreign country that like you don't fucking live in. Like there's like a million reasons.
There's
why
a lot of possibilities. They could have already started it. They may not have. I'm sure they're going to, if in fact, they're suing. I can imagine they're going to actually do a chromosomal test and say, look, slap it on the table and say, see, here you go. Now I'm going to tell you how
people are gonna get
right-wing.
fucking got, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I will still say this, is that even if it were to happen, there's still going to be people on the right
They're just gonna
that are going to
continue
be like,
believing it.
yeah, and that's the thing, is if it were any other case, like for example the George Floyd stuff, I would encourage anybody. So there is a new, I'm gonna call it, I don't know if this is like, it's not a racist thing, but
Everybody brace yourself. He's about to say it.
There's an ambulance chaser now and around these new high-profile African American individuals that get murdered by police or killed by police, or whatever. Yeah. He ends up hiring Michael Baden, who, look up Michael Baden. It's a really interesting background of all the cases that he was part of the OJ trial, originally the OJ trial, and then he got big background and everything else. And anyways, he is the independent examiner now for a certain attorney. And what he'll do is he seems to continuously rule in favor of the person who's filing the lawsuit. This happened with George Floyd and everything else. And so, if it were something like that, where it's an independent medical examiner or something like that, that's like, okay. That's why, like, I always take kind of things with a grain of salt with how things are said, because I'm kind of like, if it's independent, it's kind of hard. It's not really like verified, but
yeah, you have to with a grain of salt, because like both would have incentives to like put it in the best light possible, and you kind of have to look at
you gotta look at it in the best light possible, best way possible. Yeah, but I gotta go because I gotta talk to my wife.
Yeah, of course, man.
There. If anybody's wondering, because I know I rated over to you, so there's probably a few chatters who might be lurking. My wife and kids are at the beach. I had to stay home because of the dog. So I was like, well, I got the dog, So
Might as well stream.
me,
Might as well
there you
get
go.
that bag
Hey.
on twitch.tv.
And on time, I kid you not, I have my phone going off right now for a FaceTime call.
All right,
So-
let you go. Hey,
All right.
thanks for the
All right.
conversation, man.
Later, buddy.
Bye. I like that guy. I think I got pissed off at him a couple of times in the past, but like, I think he's probably one of the most like reasonable and trying to like bridge like the crazy conservatives with reality conservatives that I've met. He's like a really good dude. So everyone should follow him. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe.